Fellas, what's poppin'? This your boy Tay. Hey man, so we're gonna get into some more of these benefits. And this is gonna be the part 2 to my first video. The long-term benefits that you will get on the semen retention. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all fellas are really, transitioning from that Nofap to semen retention, because that porn and masturbation, bro, that shit is sick, bro. That shit is not healthy for you. You know what I mean? Some sucker shit, bro. It's beta as fuck. And you just wasting your time, you wasting your seed, you wasting your life. You need to transmute that energy and put it into something productive, something that's going to, elevate your life, elevate your status, elevate your spirit, your soul. You feel me? So another benefit that I've noticed is that I started to really clean out my closet. You mean all the shit inside of me that was holding me back, all that energy that was holding me down. You start to really become your best version. You start to want to sort through all the bullshit that you've been holding on to. I started to really face my demons. All the things that were a burden to me or that were holding me back from growing. I started to face my fears. I started to face my insecurities. Man, I really started to cleanse myself, cleanse my spirit, cleanse my body, detox my mind. It was a whole, revamp of my being, who I was. Almost like a snake shedding the old skin, and becoming anew again. And the longer you go on this journey, man, you're gonna become a person who, takes life's challenges on with the warrior mindset. Facing your fears, facing any type of adversity that's in your way. You feel me? Another thing that I've noticed too, the longer that I held on to my seed, man, it was my priorities in life changed. The things that I focused on, the things that I cared about. I really started to appreciate the connections that I had with people. The interactions, the experiences that I've had, and the experiences that I continue to have to this day. Spending time with family, spending time with friends, people that I really care about, and, just enjoying life, man, living in the present moment. Because before, man, I was just so wrapped up into being successful, trying to get money, trying to get this job, just always trying to move up. You know what I mean? And the more that I did that, bro, I was just unhappy. It was never fulfilling me at all. And after holding on and going on long streaks, man, all that changed. I really started to appreciate the people in my life. And I started to appreciate what I already had in my life. You know what I mean? Like J. Cole say, don't be sleeping on your level, man. What you got around you right now, your circumstances in life right now, appreciate that, man. Because what's for you is what you're gonna get. Everybody's not meant to be no million or billionaire, but you can get enough that's suitable for your life. Being on your purpose and shining your light, the best way that you can. You feel me? And I learned that, man. I really started to appreciate life more. I really started to just be thankful for, waking up in the morning and being able to see, being able to have the strength to hit the gym and just to breathe, man. Just enjoy taking in a deep breath. You know what I mean? The little things, bro, that we take for granted every day. I started to really notice those things more. And those things came to the top of my list as far as, you know, what I focused on. You know, I've never heard an elder person saying they wish they would have made more money, or they wish they would have, you know, had $1 billion. It was always about, you know, experience, or who they, if they could have spent time with someone. You know what I mean? Because you realize that that's what's most important anyway, man. All this stuff is an illusion. This money, all this materialistic stuff, all this stuff is an illusion, man, and it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. So, you know, I really started to humble myself, and now, man, I just enjoy life. I enjoy what I do. You know, me being on semen retention has led me to my purpose. You know, I wouldn't be doing YouTube if it wasn't for semen retention. You know, because I asked the universe, I asked the Most High, what is my purpose? You know, what's gonna fulfill my life? You know, and one thing led to another, and here I am. Another long-term benefit that I've noticed, man, is just the way that I interact with women now. You know, before it was always about trying to fuck, man. How many girls I can fuck. That's the type of mindset we was on, man, back when I was younger. You know what I mean? Just trying to get the cheeks, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get the digits. You know, but that's what we thought made you a man, you know. But as I've held on, and as I've gotten older, man, I realized I love the feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? Just now that I've been holding on, I like being around women, interacting with them. You know what I mean? And not being so lustful around them. You know, thinking about fucking all the time, but instead actually interacting with the feminine energy, and, you know, getting that balance of energy, that yin and yang. Right? You know, looking at a woman for who she is instead of how she looks. Filling out her energy. Just because you hold on don't mean you don't have to like women no more, bro. I am not promoting that at all. I love women, but, you know, you don't want to be so lustful to the point and thinking about sex all the time to the point where it's controlling you, man, and you can't even function right. Like, you're in your lower nature, you're in your animalistic state, and you can't even have an intelligent conversation, or you can't even focus on who this person is because you're so focused on these two eyes, these illusions. You know what I mean? And you're not focused on her spirit. That's how guys be getting fucked up out here, man, because they be so, you know, thinking with their dickhead, not really realizing what they getting themselves into. You gotta focus, man, and you always gotta protect your energy at all costs, right? But that's another subject. But at the same time, you know, embrace the feminine energy, man, and really talk to a woman. You know, look her in her eyes, bro, her soul. You know, just have that natural tussle with the masculine feminine energy, bro. Just by doing that, man, you can go away feeling good, bro. Like, it'll energize you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always about sex, bro. Just y'all flirting and, you know, just having fun with each other, man. Life is supposed to be fun. It's a challenge, and it's a growing experience, but it's supposed to be fun as well. And I think a lot of us, we complicate life to the point where we don't even enjoy it no more. Everything's so serious. And that brings me into my next benefit, which is it brings out the innocence in you when you hold on. You become your childlike state again. And when I say childlike, I'm not talking about like immature. I'm talking about as in just your pure love, your pure energy. You know, as kids, man, kids don't hold on to grudges. You know, they don't hate and do all that stuff. They just react in the moment. Kids can be fighting, and then 2 minutes later they're all playing and laughing again. That's how kids are. They live in the moment. You know, they have fun, they're creative. And that's what you'll get back to when you hold on. You'll get back to that childlike state where you're in your most creative mode. You're in your highest energetic level. You'll be more playful, man. You won't take life so serious. You'll learn how to enjoy yourself, to laugh. You know what I mean? To smile. You feel me? Like I walk around, man, and I see people like they always complaining about their life, or they just never happy about what's going on, bro. And that energy just destroys you. You don't want to be in that low vibrating state. You know, you want to be able to enjoy life no matter what's going on in your life. You always want to be able to enjoy the moment. I don't care if you're struggling or you at your highest point. You got to respect both sides of the spectrum. Okay? Yeah, man. I just wanted to give y'all, you know, a few more benefits, you know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people in the comments, you know, they're really going hard on this journey, staying strong, you know. I appreciate all the support, guys. You know, I appreciate everybody who supports me, who watches my videos, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, keep supporting this movement, man, because it's very important for us guys to really, you know, take our power back and become our true selves, you know, bring out our best versions of ourselves, okay? But hey, man, like I said, this your boy Tay. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all want me to talk about next in the comment section. But hey, man, I hope y'all have a great day. Stay strong, and I'm out. Peace.